Hello, it's Burgess Taylor, and it's Coffee Chat Monday, y'all. We're gonna get started. First, I'm gonna tell you, since I didn't do a Fitness Friday video, from, I don't know, the 15th of April was when I started the Take My Life Back, Get Fit, Get Healthy. Since then, I have lost a total of 7 pounds. I realize that's probably not a lot since it's the 9th, but that's 3 weeks, not bad. The capri pants that I have on were a little too snug in the waist to wear comfortably. Now I have room in them. It's going pretty well. I am paying attention to my Fitbit, trying to build up towards walking 10,000 steps every day. So I've been walking more, I've been moving around more, I've been doing periodically. I will take a break from being at the desk and I will get up and I will go walk around. I'll 15 or 20 jumping jacks. I'll do like 15 or 20 sit-ups, not hardcore sit-ups, easier sit-ups. Put my feet under the couch and do sit-ups. I'll do some squats and I'll go back. I'll get me something to drink. I've been trying to drink more water. I've been trying to be healthier. We've been trying to eat more whole foods. My mom's diabetic, and so is his mom. And my mom has been sharing some, every time I go there, she's been sharing some of her recipes that are for diabetics, so they're sugar-free and they're healthier. I've been trying to do that quite a bit. So I've been changing things around. I am still making my white chocolate mochas at home. And oh, it's so good. I did, however, change up my recipe. We were sitting down and we were having coffee. What would we be talking about? We'd be talking about journals too. I made this morning. It's to go in the bullet journal that I'm in the process of putting together. As you know, I've talked about the Omni-Journal, bullet journaling. This is the Nanami Paper 7Cs Crossfield. I have 2 of these. The other one I started, it's right here. I messed up a page. I got aggravated, which I tend to do. I did all this really pretty, but I found that I wasn't really bullet journaling as much in it. I got kind of lazy with the bullet journaling, and then I got aggravated with it. And then I took some notes, and that's when I did this. That I was taking notes on Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And then this was when Prince died. And I did Happy Earth Day, Saturday, April. I never colored it in. I did some more stuff. I started getting where I wasn't quite sure. This is where it stops. What I did is I ended up doing the stuff in here. And this has the future log and the brain dump and April's calendar because I wasn't happy with April's log. I did the Take My Life Back thing. I did that based on what that was. I went back through and see I had started doing more of the bullet journaling on the 21st of April. I started doing bullet journaling here instead of the art journaling. But then I ended up adding art journaling in here anyway. I can't seem to help myself. So then I ended up not really doing so much. Now, I love the paper in this. This is Tomaha River paper. That was an example of a weekly spread, tracker, all these. And I will do a real flip through of this stuff so you guys can see because if it doesn't work, I don't keep doing it. I just stop. So this was May 1st. This was Sunday. And beneath this is a lot of journaling. That's the doodle list. That's morning pages that I started because it was sitting at the desk and I started writing and then I realized I was in the wrong journal. So then I moved to the right journal. This was the weekly layout for this past week. And as you can see, I was doing hardcore. I was actually doing the doodles. I'm just not a weekly person. Flipping all the way back for the weekly thing just doesn't work for me because what I was doing is doing the weekly with the to-dos and then doing my sketch your day, illustrate your day, log, whatever, you know, people call it all different kinds of things. I took some notes That was actually morning pages. I wrote down my planning routine and I didn't like how it looked. That's my writing log. That was the 4th. May the 4th be with you. That was Cinco de Mayo. I have a margarita up here. That's 6 steps to write my book. I have a page for some Oracle and tarot card stuff. I have my Think Positive, my Project Me, and I made a list. And then I redid my planning routine, and I should have waited because this page should have been over here, and then the back of this right here. But, and I will change that in the new one. This is Project Me, things for me to do for myself. Right here is where I started writing down what's working and what's not working in this. And this was Friday. And what I did is I have my, because I got rid of the weekly, I have my to-dos, my tasks right here. And then that just covers it. And then I was like, oh, well, I kind of like that. And then here's Saturday. And my daughter got me this little notepad, a little bullet list. And it's adorable. So I stuck it in there to see how I liked that. And then this was 7th. And then this is ideas for the new bullet journal. A page I'm going to write down some stuff. Some notes for the book, write, publish, repeat. This is Sundays. This is Mother's Day. I wrote down the stuff for next week, like some things. And I realized those things are like almost all the same things. And this is today's page. And I started the stuff for tomorrow's page. But I realized I'm a multiple journal kind of person. I love the idea of an Omni-Journal. I really do. When I originally got the 2 Leuchtturm notebooks, I got one for blog and YouTube and stuff like that. And then I got one for personal. But I was in the personal one, I started art journaling. And then in the blog and stuff, I started taking notes for things that I was trying to figure out to make better videos for Learning Power Director, different things. It ended up being like a notebook with a bunch of bullet journal stuff in it. It was like a cross, a hybrid. We've got to figure out something that will work for you. I'm still trying because I do art every day. I like sketching my day. I like adding photos, but I haven't really had enough room between trying to bullet journal and trying to do my daily sketcher life day thing. So it wasn't really working for me that way. So I said, okay, got to figure out something better. I have multiple things going on. As some of you may know or may not know, I am participating in a year and a day with Family Wicca. Now it's Family Wicca Kappa, I think, or something. I started last year, but then there were some problems and it was a new website and things, and so I ended up restarting. So it benefited me because it wasn't really a good time at that point. I was kind of pulled in a bunch of different directions and I wasn't really dedicating enough time towards learning something new like that. Not the way that I ought to have been. Now I am doing it again and it's so much better this time around. But once again, I mean, there were some things that they suggested, like different journals. And so I ended up with these multiple journals. It just wasn't really working. So I have a Leuchtturm A4, I think that's what it is. The big one, the master. Have that for that class set up for, it's kind of like a working Book of Shadows journal. Or Book of Shadows journal. Anyway, it's for that class. So it's for things that I learned that are very important. Like we just learned some things about our natal chart with astrology and stuff. Come to find out, all this time, although I've known I'm on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, my sun sign is Cancer, my moon sign is Aquarius, and my ascending sign, my rising sign is Leo. So, yeah, I found that quite interesting. My brother is an Aquarius. They're the thinkers. Leos are the emotional, intuitive people, and Leos are just Leos. So, outwardly, I look very much Leo. Inwardly, I'm more Cancer. It was very interesting, but how I handled things and different things like that, it's very much Aquarius. So it was very cool because I had no idea. So no wonder that my brother and I butt heads some, and then other times we're like 2 peas in a pod, or peas and carrots, as Forrest Gump would say. I thought, wow. So I looked up my daughters and I looked up my husband. Haven't looked up my son yet. Wednesday is going to be the Right to Write check-in. that is going exceptionally well. It's just some days I'm not so, I love what she wrote, but I'm not so great and just not really feeling the actual exercise. But I'm doing the exercises, or I'm finding alternatives that are very similar to what she's suggesting. So that's what's going on with that. My writing has taken, well, it took a bit of a hiatus for a few days. I needed a break from it. I was overthinking everything and the self-doubt and all of that. And then between doing the write to write, I had all these new shiny ideas and all these things that were coming up. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe I could. So I just started making a little list of all the new ideas. And I kind of held off for a few days on my novel. I just got back into writing yesterday, which was Sunday, or maybe it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday is when I started writing again. Saturday. Mr. Rockstar's worked the whole weekend, and then he works tonight, and he's finally off tomorrow, but he's working nights. So schedules are all thrown off, but I'm writing again. I did take, like I said, a hiatus for a few days. Camp NaNoWriMo ended, and I just needed a little bit of a break. I started trying to write again after like a day or two break, and I wasn't quite ready, and then I was like, oh, I don't know. So then Saturday it started, so it gave me pretty much about a week break, because in the middle of that I did try to write, and I was just like, I was doing the write to write, and then I was doing trying to finish up my chapters for my novel, and like I said, all these shiny new ideas were coming in, like, and I was being bombarded by them. I was so distracted by the shiny new ideas, I wasn't feeling the writing. The book finishing, I wanted to start on the new stuff, but I knew that that was a bad idea. But I had the ideas and I needed to get them down, so I wrote them down. It doesn't look like I'll be able to do the writer retreat in Georgia the beginning of June. You have to pay by the end of this month, and my EGR sensor and valve need to be replaced in my car, and it's looking like it's going to cost about the price of what the writer retreat is. Plus, I need to change my oil, and because my car sits so damn low, we can't change it ourselves. Now, in my husband's truck we can. Can't do it in my car, but I love my car. I love my car. Talked about bullet journals, talked about the Omni-Journal. I've talked about fitness. I am desperately trying to let this grow out. I never went to have her trim it, even though it's still kind of blocky. I just figured, you know what, I'll just keep letting it grow. It's probably a lot longer than it seems because it's so curly right now, but I haven't straightened it in quite a while, and I'm not going to, and I haven't worn my contacts in a while, and I need to, because after I don't wear them for so long, then my eyes get irritated when I do try to wear them. There's a lot of journal update stuff, but I really want to film that, and it's really hard to do this way. Mother's Day. Mr. Rockstar got his tablet. That was his birthday present. My tablet was my birthday present. Yeah, this was my Mother's Day present. Mr. Rockstar also got a chainsaw. For those of you who are on my Facebook page, you saw a picture of it. My parents got him a chainsaw. His parents gave him some money so he could go buy what he wants. What he wants is to fix the solenoid switch and replace the battery and a few other things in the riding lawnmower, because he's tired of using the push lawnmower, and he's been trying to get the riding lawnmower back to working. That's what he's doing with his extra money that he got for his birthday. He could have gotten himself something, or we could have had the guy fix the lawnmower instead of him doing it, but he likes doing that, I think, sometimes, tinkering with stuff. It makes him feel good when he fixes it himself. So the next thing, I've been using Clinique's 2-in-1 Concealer Foundation for about a month and a half, 2 months now. And I really like it so far. I'm using their powder, and I guess it's kind of like their mineral veil setting powder. I still have Bare Minerals eyeshadow and the blush and stuff, and I have their makeup too, but I thought I'd change up for a while. My face was getting kind of dry. So I ended up getting Clinique's facial stuff, like the cleanser and the toner and the moisturizer. I didn't care for the moisturizer, so I'm still using Aveeno's moisturizer. And in the shower, I use the Simply Clean stuff that my daughter got me for Christmas. I'm almost out of some of it, so makeup remover, face wash, that kind of thing. So I'm using Aveeno's night cream and their day cream, and then I'm using an apricot face scrub once every other day. I have rosacea, and so I can't use the scrub every day, and I have to be kind of gentle with it, but it's one of the ones that I found that isn't harsh on my skin. And so far my skin has really done a turnabout. It feels so much better. That's what's been going on. I've been using argan oil in my hair, and I'm doing better with my skin. I'm losing weight. I'm still, like I said, walking. So that's kind of what's been going on. Not a whole lot, other than a whole lot. So thank you for watching. And as soon as I get the new system set up, I will be filming. It will be a rather long video. So I'm probably going to do 2 parts. Probably going to do the bullet journal kind of setup, and then I'm probably going to do the art journal flip through, where you can see what I was doing with bullet journaling before and then what I'm doing now, how I'm changing things up. Stay tuned for that. That'll be coming pretty soon. I know I've talked about it, but I just didn't really want to film anything when things were so, like, it was and it wasn't working. It just was and wasn't working. So at least I'm figuring out what does and doesn't work for me, but flipping back and forth doing weeklies isn't my thing. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.